Diet Coke too?
No, you're good.
All right, number 4. We have been given a recursive formula, and we are going to find the first 5 terms. Now, let's all pay real close attention. This is real easy. Here's the formula. Your job is to find the first term, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Okay? Now, the good news is, I already told you the first one's free. Now, if we want to find a sub 2, then we're going to put 2 right here, we're going to put 1 right here, so that this will say a sub 2. Do you understand that? So I'm going to let all my n's be 1. Because if I let my n's be 1, this says a sub 2 equals what? 2 a sub 1 minus 5? Mm-hmm. So I'm letting n be 1 so that I get 2. So that it is 1, 2 a sub 1 minus 5. But I know a sub 1 is 3. So 2 times 3 minus 5, it looks like that's going to be 1. All right? So now I'm going to find a sub 3. Well, how am I going to get a 3 here? I'm going to have to let n be 2. So then if n is 2, it says 2 a sub 2 minus 5. But what do we know about a sub 2? It's 1. So 2 times 1 minus 5, it looks like that's going to be negative 3. Negative 3?
Yeah, 3 minus 5.
So this tells me take 2 times your term and subtract 5. So 2 times 3 minus 5 is 1. 2 times 1 minus 5 is negative 3. So what am I going to do for the next one? You can keep going with all your plugging in, but what do? You take 2 times the previous term and subtract 5. So 2 times negative 3 minus 5, negative 11. And then what will the next one be?
Negative 26.
2 times negative 11 minus 5, negative 27. The pattern for this sequence is 2 times the term minus 5 gives you the next term. And 2 times that one minus 5 gives you the next one. And so on. All right, let's try these. All right, so here good news is we know 2 of them. We know that's 3 and that's 4. Now we want to find the 3rd one, the 4th one, and the 5th one. Now if you're starting to catch on to this, you recognize, what am I doing with my 2 terms? I'm taking my first 2 terms and I am multiplying them. So since my first 2 terms are 3 and 4, what do you think that's going to be?
12.
12. Now how am I going to find the next one? I'm going to multiply 4 and 12, yep. And then I'm going to multiply 576. And that's it. This tells me that if I multiply 2 consecutive terms, I get the next term. So here are 2 consecutive terms. So the next term will be those 2 times each other. And then these 2 times each other, and these 2 times each other. That's that pattern right there. That, by the way, is like Fibonacci, only instead of adding, Fibonacci adds, this one is multiplying. Okay. Let's try the next one. What is the pattern? Let's start with that. What am I doing? I'm taking 3 times my term
And add it plus 2.
and adding 2. So let's not get freaked out by the notation. You know, our first term is 4. So I'm gonna take 3 times my term and add 2. So 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2 is 14. All right, then what am I gonna do? 3 times my term
Plus 2.
plus 2.
54.
44.
44? 44, my bad. Good.
3 times my term
134.
plus 2. 134.
Oh, nice. That one. It's true.
Getting too big for me. 3 times my term plus 2. 404.
I had a shot at it. Oh, I was close.
You understand now that we've practiced a couple of these, why it's necessary to give a starting point?
Absolutely.
You need to know what number you're starting with, right? So that you can do the pattern.
Well, I think we need on this section.
All right, number 5, consider the sequence. These are all geometric. Looks like, maybe not. Oh, no. All right, find the common difference or ratio. Find an explicit rule and find the 8th term. I need the 8th term and an explicit rule. Okay. What's going on in this problem?
Subtracting 4.
So it's arithmetic, and the difference is -4.
Plus 2.
So if it's arithmetic, I will be using this formula. If I want the 8th term,
Yes.
I'm going to put in 8 for n. What am I going to put in for a sub 1?
3.
3. And
Minus.
d is -4.
Minus 4.
And n minus 1 will be 7 because n is 8. So the 8th term looks like -25.
Yes.
Now we need an explicit rule. We did that at the beginning of the period. Anybody remember how we do that?
Combine them.
We use this, and we plugged in this and this. So a sub n is 3 minus 4 times n minus 1. And then we distribute it. I got -4n plus 7.
And 3 is the first term. That's all.
Remember that from the beginning of the period, guys?
Yeah.
Remember that?
But that's the reason what's the formula, that's just what it is, you can't choose it. That's not.
Same directions. What's happening here? So this is geometric and the ratio is 2. So I won't use that formula, I will use this one.
Do you think memorize these? Memorize these formulas?
I'm gonna check with the other teachers, I think so, but if they're letting their kids not memorize them, I'm not gonna make you memorize them.
Find the 8th term, so A.
Yep, we're finding the 8th term, so the 8th term will be
8.
3 times 2.
2. A minus 1.
To
Or
the
8,
7?
Yeah.
that in, just type it in just like you said it.
2,
Oh.
3 times 2 to the 7,
16 times 3, 4,
384.
what? Oh, yeah, times 3.
That look okay?
Looks great.
Joe, look okay? Yeah. Now I need my explicit formula.
And then, no,
So to do that, all I do is plug in this and this.
3 plus 2 times
So
the last one.
3 times 2
Times 2.
to the n minus first.
Oh,
And do I ever multiply the 3 and the 2?
No,
No.
never.
So that's it, you're done.
You're done.
That's the end.
Why don't you multiply that?
Because
Oh,
that
because
has
that,
no
because,
sign.
yeah, exactly.
All right. How about C?
Times
What
negative
kind,
one.
what do we have in C?
R is negative
Eight. I think
Geometric.
C is geometric,
that's human.
and my
Yeah,
ratio is -3.
It's very.
Whoa.
So what's my 8th term? -6 times -3 to the 7th. You need to get 13,122. You might want to type that one in and make sure you can. And what is my explicit rule?
-6 times -3 to the power of n minus 1.
Yep. You're done. That's it.
Yeah, I got that. I'm just a troll.
All right, let's go to D. What's happening in D?
It's minus by 0.5.
Minusing by 0.5 means it is arithmetic,
There, that is my bad.
and the difference is -0.5.
So, arithmetic, that's what it's supposed to be.
Okay, so there's my formula. The 8th term will be 10 minus 0.5 times 7.
So, 3.5, 6.5.
And then my explicit rule
n minus 0.5 times n
will
minus 1.
be 10 minus 0.5 and minus 1.
Yep. Is it really?
10 minus 0.5 and plus 0.5.
6.5.
No, that's clear.
Negative 0.5 and plus 10.5 is what I got for my explicit rule.
Are you sure it's not arithmetic?
It's arithmetic when it's a noun.
Oh.
When it's an adjective, it's arithmetic.
So like you could say we're doing arithmetic. But
Yes.
Next one is time 1.
All right, what's happening in the last one? Here we go. Hang with me. If we get through question 6, I'll stop, okay? But we gotta get through question 6.
1/8, times 1/8.
It's geometric, we're multiplying by 1/8. Okay, so here we go. 8th term. 8
1/8
times 1/8
to the power of 7.
to the 7. Now, this is gonna be really small.
That hurts.
Try to change it into a fraction, it probably isn't gonna change. So we'll say 3.81 times 10 to the -6.
Jesus.
Whoa, no, don't do that.
No,
Dude,
chill.
shut doors.
We know that geometric sequences grow really fast or shrink really fast. And this one, because the ratio is less than 1, is getting closer to 0.
so it's called
Really small.
Convergent and going into 0.
8
Yeah.
times 1/8 to the power of n minus 1.
And then yes, our nth term is 8 times 1/8 to the n minus 1. don't do anything to that.
Yeah, never multiply it. Says you can't do it. You could, but you need the exponent to only go to the 1/8, not to the
I could do a lot of these.
Number 6. I have an arithmetic sequence
you know what that's not?
where the 4th term is -8
Joey.
and the 7th term is 4.
Joey's name. Forgot. He's old school. Yeah.
Yeah,
Way
he's
back,
watching
way
that.
back, way back. Way back.
Like good with Charlie too.
It was way before we were way before.
Stop talking.
Yeah. I actually really like this unit.
So here is an arithmetic sequence. I know a couple of parts of it, and that's all I know. However, what does it mean to be arithmetic?
You add or just
I'm adding the same number, right?
Oh.
So I want you to look up here for a second. How many times? I'm going from the 4th to the 7th.
you add 4.
3 times.
1, 2, 3. Aren't I gonna add 3 times to get from 4 to 7? 3 times?
No.
No, you're not adding 4.
1 addition, 2 additions,
Adding 4.
3 additions. Well, oh, I don't know what I'm adding. I'm adding 3 times though, right? I'm adding 3 times. And I have to get from -8 to 4,
Yeah.
which is 12. So I have to make 3 equal additions and have it be 12. So each of the additions is 4. Just what Dana kept saying. So if I, look, if you add 4, you're at -4, then 0, then 4. Of course, not perfectly. But it says, find the first term.
So go backwards.
So go backwards. So instead of adding 4, I will subtract, subtract, subtract. So what is the first term?
-20.
-20.
That's it.
That's it. It just says find the first term.
Okay.
All right, now I'm geometric. And I know the second term is 3. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and the 8th term is 192. Now, be careful, it's geometric, which means I'm multiplying. How many times am I gonna be multiplying to get from the 2nd to the 8th?
6.
6. So 6 multiplications. Now, that isn't 6 times r, that's r to the 6th. I'm multiplying, multiplying, multiplying. And it has to give me a total of what?
No, 195?
No, be careful. 192 divided by 3, 64.
Oh.
So if I multiply 3 times 64, I get 192.
Okay.
This is a multiply problem. So I need to do 6 multiplications and have it be a total of 64.
It's 6.
So how do I figure that out? Don't divide.
You root
Root
it.
it.
Root both sides by 6.
Root it. 6 root it, that's right. Does anybody know what the 6th root of 64 is? 2. 2. I'll just do it. If you multiply by 2,
Third, fourth, fifth, sixth,
by 2, by 2, by 2,
Oh. You missed it. You need to
Oh,
move it.
what?
Yeah, you got
5,
it.
6, I
That's
missed
what I was
one.
thinking. I think we missed.
I missed one. That's one. All right, 48 times 2 is what?
96.
96. And 96 times 2 is 192, so I didn't count right. When I did it.
1.5 is the first one.
So yeah, so that I go backwards, I want this one, so that would be 1.5. 3 divided by 2. 3 halves, because I'm dividing going that way. So does everybody understand why that's r to the 6?
Yeah.
Okay, and why it's 64? Because the total multiplication, this is a multiply, so the total multiplication to get from 3 to 192 is 64. All right, take a minute, see if you can do C. C is another arithmetic.
5.5. Because you're going over 6. What'd you do? Oh, it's 12. How's it?
17 minus 5.
-5 to -17.
You know what happened?
Minus 3.
I need to, what
Yeah,
do
it's
I
minus
have to
3.
add to -5 to get to
Oh,
-17?
oh, okay.
The total addition has to be -12, but I have to do it in 4 steps. So each step is -3. So if I subtract 3, subtract 3, subtract 3, okay, I need to do it this way. So instead of subtracting 3, I'll add,
7.
add, add, add. So the first term is 7. Does everybody understand why I have 4 of these? I'm going from term 5 to term 9, that's 4 steps. Everybody get why it's -12? That's the total addition, is -12. All right, one more, we're doing great. Another geometric, you really have to pay attention to that, because it makes a difference how you do the problem, obviously. Try to count right this time.
Like 3. Negative 9 times by 3. Like this.
So geometric means I'm multiplying.
So 3.
How many multiplications am I gonna make getting from the 3rd to the 6th? 3? So 3 multiplications, R times R times R, has to be a total multiplication of -75 to 9,375. So 9
Negative 9,300.
divided by 75.
125.
125.
So is that means it's 25.
So the total multiplication is 125. This times 125 is this. So when you cube root that, you get 5. That means times 5. So this way would be divided by
First one's
5. So this is gonna be -15, -3.
Yep, negative.
All right, we're gonna pause there with the notes, and I've got something for you to look at.
When is our should?
I'm not sure. Definitely next week, we'll definitely have our, quest, Did you wanna have another quiz
Yes.
also?
No.
I'll take more.
Yeah. I mean, I'll take one.
I'll take one.
All right,
Yes,
now
quiz.
don't put this paper away. Here's what I want you to do, you've got a couple of minutes. I want you to look at this page, that's front and back. It's all probability review, it's all of our different kinds of probabilities. So look at it real quick. Is there anyone who's willing to do one of these at the board for a bonus point? Yeah, maybe you should look at it first. All right, Dana was the first one to have his hand up. So which one are you doing, Dana? Oh, by the way, you only get the point if you get it right.
Can I do the after?
No, Sam is second. So Dana, which one are you doing? Hurry up, we don't have time to waste.
Shoot. Okay, someone else can go. Can I
All right, Sam's next.
Okay, I'll do,
And if he thinks out.
I'll do 8. I'll do 8.
Yeah, you lost your chance.
I'll do 3.
All right, do 3, Sam.
Both the games from that.
Yeah, nobody's saying anything, but everybody should be giving 3 a try. Oh, wait, we're only doing 1 at a time, guys, 1. So Sam, get up here, come on.
4 minutes, go. Wait, no, we don't. Can I stay after class and do one?
No,
Dang, I'm gonna have my hand up first.
you're doing 3?
3.
You have 3 minutes, hold on.
What happens if you, what's the probability if you're on both the king, queen, spades, you got 4 cards?
Yeah. This one's hard. I don't like.
Recess.
Yep.
Number 8 is
There we go. Four cards. Four.
the dreamer flag. It's like
I don't know.
I'll say
Number
those.
8 was right
I'll say
there.
those.
8 easy.
8 is so much easier.
Let's switch to 8.
You have 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Shoot. Alright, I'm done time.
Yeah, 2 is easy.
Sit down so I can do this problem.
Two is easy.
No,
No, I can do it.
we'll try this another day,
Oh my god.
but I wanna get this problem done
Let's go.
now.
I got number 2, I know number 2.
When it switches to 14, we're done, because I'm gonna do this problem so everybody can see the answer.
Just got the options.
First of all, okay, you're done. But I'm gonna give Sam a half a point because his, his denominator is correct. Why is his denominator correct?
Drawing 4 cards
Because
over
it's
2 minutes.
card, that's gonna be the denominator. Now, what do I want to have in my hand? The king of spades. There's one king of spades and I want him. I want the queen of spades and I want her. Then I want 2 more cards. It can be anything? So 50, 62. That would be.
Oh, that, yeah, I could've gone.
You could have.
That's so good.
Alright, so Sam, I'll just add that on somewhere.
Yeah, just
Sit down. You're not running out of here like crazy people.
I don't want to. This is my favorite unit.
Of course it is. Quick, quick,
Why is
quick.
that?
I need to skip this.
What do you mean, of course it is?
Is that a bad thing?
Because you're doing good on
Oh, no, no, like,
I know
unit
that.
9. It's my favorite
Well,
unit.
you like math, period.
I like gambling though too, so.